friends. It's Kristen, and we're here for another episode of Free Spirit Beading. How is everyone today? I'm going to close my window in case you're hearing some traffic noise. So we're going to play with the ugly sweater bead strand, which was our take on our Christmas kit and bead strand. We're tapping into that festive, tacky, kitschy kind of vibe. Thanks, Melissa. This necklace, it's a little busy on this background, on this sweater, but this is my winter workshop necklace for Jesse James Beads, which is happening, I believe, right now. And I am live with this tutorial on the 6th of December. So if you're in that winter workshop, I will see you then. And we're going to go ahead and make this double strand Christmas necklace together. Cynthia just got hers 10 minutes ago. Woo-hoo. I'm going to pop up our sale happening right now. It's $15 off your order when you buy 2 kits. You must enter the coupon code 2KITS in the checkout when you're completing your order to get that $15 off. It includes the Badlands and the ugly sweater. We are sold out of the Dia de los Muertos, so that one's not part of the deal any longer. And this goes on till tomorrow, Tuesday, November 26th, or while supplies last. I think we've got about 10 of the Badlands kits left, and we are about 65% sold out of Ugly Sweater. Ugly Sweater is actually being revealed this week, so you'll join Sarah on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific time, or you can watch the replay after, but she'll be revealing the ugly sweater kit and making some fun jewelry along with it. And we hope you guys understood that our ugly in this case was just supposed to be fun and funny to go along with the ugly sweater holiday party trend that's been happening for quite a few years now. But we do find it to be like a very festive Christmas kit, and a lot of fun, hopefully, for you all to design with. And I see quite a few of you are entering the giveaway. Let me go ahead and get my giveaway stats together. We're doing a giveaway here at the end of the video. I will choose a winner. Just need to use that hashtag tacky in a comment to enter, and you must be here to win. And I'm going to give away an ugly sweater bead strand. Melissa says it's a beautiful kit, nothing ugly in that kit. Yeah, we definitely, made the assumption that you all know what ugly sweaters are, and then we got to thinking, maybe people think it's an ugly kit, but it's not. It's just supposed to be fun and festive and a play on those Christmas sweater, tacky Christmas sweater holiday parties. Okay, so I've been trying to come up with an idea for this design today with all of you. And because this bead strand is so darn pretty, yeah, I've been struggling with how to make it more tacky. So maybe we can come up with a plan together. I think I came up with something towards the end to maybe do a linked design where we do a bit of craft wire and we do some of our new trios mistletoe kit, and I link to some random things from the strand together. We'll see how it goes. I was like, this is kind of hard to make this strand feel a little tacky because it's all red and sparkly and really pretty. I'm bringing in some Delica beads. We have some in the shop in green, and I wanted to add some green to my design. We have red, we have silver lined silver, and we have some white. So I grabbed a hold of those. We also have some rolla beads, which would be really fun in kind of a tacky design, but we don't have green, and that made me sad because I think I would have enjoyed using a green in this size instead, but maybe I'll use some of the other colors. I don't know. I've got the Trios Mistletoe collection, which is our newest holiday kit. Our holiday trios, which has garnet, fluorite, and white in it. We're pretty limited on some of our greens nowadays. I think this is the only green we are continuing to carry. So we put this trios together since our other holiday trios have since sold out. So we've got Mistletoe Trios, which is brand new. And then I also pulled out our Econoflex because those colors could be kind of fun, but I have a little conundrum because I do not have a regular crimping plier. I only have my magical crimping pliers, and they just don't work very well on the Econoflex line. This is the one with the pink label, but I wanted to share the colors because there's like a spring green, a cinnamon red, and a white. So it's a really fun mix, but my initial idea was to use this, but I don't know how I'm going to crimp it. So I need a regular crimping plier. Yeah, exactly, Dana. The only way I can see to make it tacky is to go way over the top, but we only have an hour. Yes, I definitely saw some really fun over the top tacky designs when I was perusing the interwebs earlier today. Melissa says, could you paint the roller beads maybe with vintage paints? Yeah, I could. I haven't tried to paint. I don't think I've tried to paint like any check glass beads with it, but I think it works because I believe it works on glass. The white one would probably be a good one to paint. So if you wanted to paint a different color bead, white is probably your best bet to get a nice clean color. Let's see. Okay, so let's head down to the table. Oh, we have do I have it in here? I don't. Let me pop something else in here. We have a holiday market event coming up, and I want to share that with all of you. So let's add that. And we've got free beads in all the orders. So let me share that first. So we've got a free bead and button scoop that you get with every order while supplies last. I think we're down to about a dozen. So the next dozen or so orders should get a free scoop. And then anything after that, it's just while they last, they'll be gone. So that's kind of fun. That goes with all orders, doesn't have a minimum, and it just only doesn't apply to store orders. But if you are a retail or designer, it will apply for you. Here is our holiday market shop hop coming up on December 6th. We are getting together, us and 5 other beading friends. We've got Sam's Bead Shop, Jill Wiseman Designs, Design and Adorn, The Bead Place, and Jesse James Beads. And we are hosting a shop hop, which is live sales on Facebook and more, meaning comments sold and their website, because in some cases, you guys shop from some of these people on their website or their app instead, including us. So live sales on Facebook and more all day. Softlex Company is going to kick it off at 9 a.m. Pacific time with the first live sale of the day, followed by Sam's Bead Shop at 11 a.m. Pacific time, and then followed by Jill Wiseman at 1 p.m. Pacific time. And then we've got Design and Adorn at 3 p.m. Pacific time, The Bead Place at 5 p.m. Pacific time, and Jesse James Beads will end it at 7 p.m. Pacific time. This will all be happening on everyone's company website or Facebook page. So we are teaming up to do a full day of live sales, but you will go to each individual's page and shop like you normally would. We're going to have some fun giveaways and some prizes. And every time we start a next stream, so like the first few minutes of each stream, there'll be giveaway and prizes happening so that you leave one. So you kind of hang out with us, right, for our live sale, and then you'll move over to Sam, and then Sam will have some giveaway and prizes early on in the video, and then you'll move on to Jill, and then Jill will have some prizes early on in her video, and then we've all teamed up to do one big grand prize that we will choose a winner after the weekend. You will have to gather up some secret Santa words to enter that giveaway. Each stream will share their word with you during their time slot. And it should be a lot of fun, something totally different. And we're excited to team up with our friends and give you a full day. It's sort of like a holiday market, but instead of going from booth to booth in person, you're going to go from sale to sale online. Should be fun, right? I don't know how everyone's doing it, if it's you've got to be there live to shop or not. I know Softlex Company usually gives you a couple of days to shop even after, but like with all live sales, things are a limited quantity, and you want to be there as close to live as possible to be able to get your first bids on things. So should be fun. The weather has been really lovely, Karen. It's like 70s, right? I think it's been feeling a little bit fall or winter-like in that we've had some cooler mornings, we've had some rainy days, and it's been really nice. The funny part is though, like we'll have like a cool rainy day by us, and then we just drive 30 minutes down to the beach and it's like hot and sunny down there. So it's kind of neat how there's so many different microclimates here. Yeah, Teresa says that you can flat the crimp if it's just a sample. I know, I was thinking that too. I just don't ever flatten crimps. So, but that's possible if I'm just doing it for a sample. I do think that the Econoflex is a little bit more slippery of a wire. So even flattening, I wasn't sure how well it would hold. So I just decided I'll probably use the Softlex Mistletoe instead. All right, let's turn down to the beading table and see what I've got to work with here. I have been trying all sorts of different things today, and nothing was really working. So hopefully we get a good design out of it. I think I'm on the right track now, but I had a bunch of failed attempts. So here is all of the beads that are in that ugly sweater bead strand. It is all silvers and reds. Fun little sparkly beads. We've got 2 of these large octagon beads, some drops, and then these babies, which are a beaded bead. And these are what I was really trying to play with. These are kind of fun. These little wire coiled little things. They're kind of stars. Got some big crystal spacers. got some little squares. I was trying with the idea of a little present, making a little bow, which I do think the little bow is very cute, but I don't know. Maybe if I did this with some Delica beads. There's a handful of these spacers. There's a couple of bead caps. Here's another idea where I was kind of trying to do something kind of tacky, and I added some Delica beads to that beaded bead. I know the bow is really cute, isn't it? I gotta figure this out. This little guy is so cute. I think Sarah's done something with a bow before that was adorable. And then here's my different wire colors. I was playing around with this idea of making all sorts of connections, but I did all this with white to start, but I do plan to do this with some other things. So where do I begin? I made a little spiral just for fun. I thought I would add that on here somewhere. Or maybe it would be kind of a little connection. I don't know. I'm telling you, I was all over the map today. It's not easy being tacky, right? So I've got some craft wire in 20 gauge. I have a teensy bit left on my old spool, so I will pull from that first. And maybe I'll just cut out a few pieces to make some connectors. And I think for the little bow tie, I did 24 gauge. Maybe I should look at 22 gauge. Yeah, Dana, it's a wait and see. I don't know. I think it's a necklace. That's what I was thinking, was that it would be a necklace. So let me see what would happen if I tried to add some beads to make this bow. So let's go with the green since we have so much red. And I'm just gonna add on a bunch of beads. And because the bow tie idea is really cute if I could flush it out a little bit. I love that the holiday sweaters have become such a fun holiday attire to wear. Do you like to get like dressed up for your holiday events, or do you like to be more casual? Do you like to be more fun and wear like a fun holiday sweater or holiday PJs? What do you guys do? Back in New York, everyone would get pretty dressed up, but in Arizona, we've always been a lot more casual. So over the years, my attire has gotten more and more casual. I know that is going to be the trick, Dana. That is going to be like the total magic trick. I'm going to stop here maybe and see how I can do this. So I'm going to make a loop with those beads, and then that's when your beads are going to go flying. Let's see if I can make it a little bit. There we go. Okay, so that's my little loop I've got. I'm going to take this wire that's crossing down, and I'm going to point it down, and then I'm going to go wrapping around that other one like that. So I've got a little bow. And now I'm going to try and bead up the other side because these beads are kind of locked in place now. So now let's bead up the other side. I know this does look like a raspberry, doesn't it? I felt like maybe it was a holly leaf or a holly berry, but it kind of looks like a raspberry, just not raspberry color. I see Melissa likes to wear a plain shirt with sparkly jewelry. Clem prefers pajamas. I knew there'd be someone, Clem. That's why I said it. Because I prefer pajamas too. And I was also thinking about my kids when they were little and how we would, I mean, we wouldn't all wear matching pajamas, but we would get some PJs that sort of match. I was always super practical though, because my budgets have always been a little bit tight. And so I would tend to go more of just like plaid or things that they can wear other times of the year without it feeling too Christmassy. It's not as fun though, right? It's nice to, I probably have more beads than I need, but that's all right. Now I'm going to go ahead and do this side. And I'm going to go, oh, knocked off a bunch. Well, there you go. I'm going to try and get my plier there. And then go up and around, holding on to those beads. Dana is probably laughing at me because Dana makes really pretty French beaded flowers, which now that I'm doing this, oh my gosh, they're so hard. Because that was not easy. In a bow-like shape. Okay, now let me go in here and see if I can, oh, I broke a bead. I wanted to change that. My idea originally was to have two wires coming down so that they would go into my little box here. But this other one's pretty short. Dana says I'm not laughing. Okay, it's really wonky, but that was my that's my idea of putting a bow onto these little boxes. I gotta flush that idea out a little bit better, don't I? And then on the bottom, you could just roll it up if you want. Create a little. You can add something at the bottom if you wanted to. But the idea is there. It does look a little tacky, doesn't it? So maybe it'll work. The start of an idea is there. All right, we'll put that little bow aside. My bow definitely came out cuter without beads, but I just felt like it needed beads, so I have to learn how to do that a little bit better. Let's see what else we got here. So if I want to make some connectors, that could be cute. It's true. I could do a little boat as a connector. I like that idea. I'm going to do it. Even though it's a little wonky, I'm going to go ahead and use it. I can always fix it. I can always fix it later. It's still a cute bow. Thanks, Zach. Some of our bows on gifts are not perfect, are they? So this is 20 gauge, and I'm just going to do a quick wrap. So it's not a simple loop, or not a simple loop, because I want to make sure that it's nice and secure with the soft flex beading wire. And I'm just going to add on one of these. Ah, good tip. Dana says the next time you try it, don't cut the wire. String the beads while it's on the spool. That makes sense. That'll help it to stay without me losing the beads. And that'll also probably ensure I have enough wire, because I kind of ran out of a little bit, didn't I? What does Skip and Stone says? Bring the wire up around the bead, back up the top, and wrap it with the bow to give it a curly end. Oh, that's cute. Yes, Clem. It's that gift that your kid wrapped for you all by myself. And it's perfect because of all the love they put in. I like that. I like that take on it. All right, so there's a nice little connector. So we've got one connector there. I have this one that I did before. I'm gonna cut that free. So there's another just wire connector. We've got this little bow. We've got this little dangle for some reason. We've got these guys, which are really fun on their own. And then we have this guy that I did a little green loop on, but now that I look at it, I'm thinking if I did another green loop this way, it would feel kind of bow-like, right? Maybe I'll try it on the other side. So let's use, what color do we want to use? I'm going to stick with the white just to keep it the same for this one. And I'm going to look for about halfway. I just go through two of these on there. So I'm going to go like that, create another connector. And I'm going to go ahead and string some green beads on here now too. And maybe I'll keep this weird guy as an option. And you'll see that sort of slides right down on there. Man, I wish I was faster with these beads. Finished is better than perfect. Yep. I was working on my website at kristenfagan.com last night, and I finally had to say that to myself before my day ended because I was like, okay, I've spent a few hours. I've updated my homepage to be more in line with some of the things I have to offer, mostly a lot of painting classes, all different ways you can paint with me. But there's so many pages on my website that need to be updated. That was just the homepage. I was like, well, at least it's the start, right? Always a work in progress. So now I'm going to take a crimp bead and I'm going to string it on one side. And then I'm going to go back up through it. So I create that loop there. And now I'm going to add some more beads onto this longer piece of wire. I think I want to do it with beads on both sides. Do you guys remember Jennifer Perkins when she did the Great Bead Extravaganza? I don't remember, maybe it was a year or two ago, but she does some really fun, like kitschy ideas for Christmas. She calls it Kitschmas, and she works with a lot of vintage pieces. And there's a lot of just like gluing things together and feeling very, very crafty, very festive, very ugly sweater-esque. So now I'm taking that one strand and I want to go back down through my crimp tube. And in a way, creating another little bow. That one's cute. That is a cute bow. I'm curious, now that I did that, what if I left some of the wire so that it looked like a bow? Would that work? Also, what would that look like if I had my idea originally with the cropped wire, but this is with the Softlex? And I pulled it through. Oh, that could give it a cute little bow too. I don't want it here next to this bead, but maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll try it on its own and see how it feels. So now I'm going to go ahead and crimp this. Now, these delicas like to get real close to your crimper, and you just have to make sure They're not going to get squished. Most of the time, I do end up cracking a bead when I do this because the magical crimpers just have a little bit wider of a space and it ends up kind of cracking one of the beads close to it. But that's a cute little bow. Maybe I should have just went with Softlex to make my bow. If I trim that off, then I've got a fun little beaded connector connected to this beaded bead and feeling kind of tacky, isn't it? Then I can connect one of these. This one I did do an open side, so I can slide that on. And we've got a fun little link there. So I do want to fix this link, and make it the same as the other side. Now that I have a little bit of a plan going. Hi, Debbie. Oh, it looks like mistletoe, says Clem. Yeah, I did have like a holly idea in my head, like a holly berry or a mistletoe. I like that. Should I add this little present right there? That one I probably have to do a little Softlex in between. So I need a Softlex thing in between. Maybe that one. And let's grab some garnet wire. I figured it'd probably be good to change up the wire color. So if I wanted to connect this guy with connecting one of these, and then I could add some beads on that one too. Let's pour out some red beads. And why don't I just do like a combination of red and green? I thought maybe that would be faster. Not faster. Let's get lots of rain for you, Nancy, huh? I know it's been a little bit rainy here, but not so much the last week or so. That's cute with the red and green. I just kind of mixed it up a little bit. And then I can go back down. You could have beads on both sides. I might just do it on one side for feeding it along a little bit. I want to take this wire back down my crimp tube. And then if you need to pull it along, you can use your pliers to pull it through. And I'm going to go ahead and crimp here, pulling it away from those delicate beads so that I hopefully don't smash any, since I don't have any on the other side. So how's that coming along? Feeling tacky? Starting to feel a little tacky. I could probably add that's it as a bracelet, which I don't know, with those bigger beads, with just the smaller beads, I could probably get away with it. But these bigger beads might be tough in there. Let's grab another color of wire. I used garnet on this side. Let's do garnet again, or fluorite. Let's do garnet again. It is a mishmash. It's a mishmash of stuff and a mishmash of ideas, right? So here I just want to make sure I'm grabbing the center, because the first time I did it, I ended up off to the side, and then it'll be kind of sideways. So if you want it to be straight, just make sure you're choosing the loop right across from the other one. So maybe I'll add on my crimp tube on this side and make that loop over here. And now I'm going to add some red and green beads over on this side. Yeah, totally a hodgepodge, right, Nancy? I like that name too. I say hodgepodge a lot when I'm seeing a mishmash of ideas. And then I will feed this back through, but if I want to connect it first, I can pick up this connector and connect it, and then feed back down through that crimp. And go ahead and crimp your crimp bead. Again, I'm going to try and get away. I'm going to move it this way. Try and get away from my delicate beads, my seed beads, so that I don't accidentally break one. Oh, great. It's looking pretty cute. I think if I want to keep this one, I might put it in the middle. so that I would have like a plain bead, and then this bead, and then this one here. I wonder if I should stick the little presents in between. That might be cute, because then I could do another one over on this side. Should I try it with the beading wire? And I'm surprised this is holding, but it looks like it is. You could put a little glue there. Do you want me to show you what I did here? I mean, it's just sort of like a zigzag of wire through that bead, but I can show you. I'm going to try and do a little soft flex wire bow. So let's try this again. We're going to string on I'm going to string on some green. These are size 11 delicates, correct? And we have a rainbow of colors over at softflexcompany.com. And I think if you buy all the colors, like if you get a bundle, you'll get a bit of a discount. But if you just want one color or two colors, like the red and the green, you can grab them individually. Move them down a little bit lower on my bead strand here. Let's see if that is enough for one side of my bow. Cute. Okay. I do want this to be a little bit longer. All right, how many do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm going to do 12 more for the other side. And now I'm going to feed that back through the crimp. And I'm going to want to poke it kind of through and down. Oh, I probably have to connect that. Oh, you know what? I'll just connect it with wire so that I don't mess up where I'm going with this. This was my idea, was to push it kind of through that. I wonder what it'll look like if I add that spacer bead. Aw, thank you. Oh yeah, how is that Canada post-strike going? I have a good friend in Canada, and I know that it was, oh, that looks cute. So tough because she sends a lot of stuff for her art business through the mail. So I might have to leave. That looks cute. So I'm going to go ahead and take that off, and I'm going to go and crimp this. Oh, I'm glad you like them. We have so much fun with the Coffee and Craft Wire segments. We have a playlist for you to be able to watch all of the past ones if you want some fun Coffee and Craft Wire giggles along with some craft wire inspiration. Oh my gosh, that is cute. So I'm just going to put a little crimp on here at the bottom. I'm so glad I kept with the bow idea. I think it would be adorable with craft wire too if I could figure it out. And then you can leave some wire at the bottom, or you can trim it all away right at your crimp. And then you've got like a little cute. So Softlex is kind of funny in that it likes to bounce back. So it gave me a little extra space there than I originally wanted, but I think it's cute. And having the green wire with the green beads, I think it works just fine. So I'm going to leave that. And I have to add something here to connect to that bow. Maybe I'll try that. With some craft wire. I agree. No time is good for a postal strike. But yeah, this time is really especially bad. But of course, they're trying to do it, I'm sure, at a time where it makes the most impact, aren't they? So I'm going to see if the back of my the large size at the back of my round nose plier is big enough to go through this beaded bead. Otherwise, I'll have to move up to my other pliers. This might be tricky. That is very, very true, Nancy. The New Year's sales are always tough that time of year for us and most businesses. So we will definitely be happy for your order then. All right, maybe Softlex is easier. Craft wire's just been a little bit of a struggle for me today, hasn't it? Or you can kind of go in like that. And bend it that way. Some days are like that. Some days are just easier to use one material over another. let me go around and straighten this out and see if I made it work. Yeah, I definitely feel like it was easier to do your soft flex wire through than it was for me to do this craft wire. I might redo this connection with soft flex. But for right now, I'm already working on it, so I'm gonna let it go. Let's see here. Did I make this too tiny? Oh, that fit. Now I'm gonna just make it in a simple loop so that I don't have to try and get that around there. Cute. And then I'll have to put, I think I'm going to connect something to here. And then I'll add another present here. I'll do this one here and then kind of repeat up on this side what I was doing. And at some point, I could just add some soft flex beading wire to the back to make it the length I want. I can just kind of get this into view here. That's my plan. That is my plan. I think it's looking cute and getting a little tacky. I think the little presents helped as well as these guys here. And then to do this thing, it is tacky cute. I ended up using the Econoflex. The Econoflex is pretty wiry. And you could do this with soft flex too. I just ended up doing with Econoflex. And I just strung through the bead and then I added, kind of reminded me of yarn a little bit, I guess. I think I added 5, but that number can vary on how many beads you want to add. I think I added 5, and then I just strung back down to the hole right next to the one I was coming out of, and it created a little beaded amount there and kind of pull that. And then I did it again. And go back down through one of the holes next to it and just sort of kind of kept going around until I got both these wires next to each other. I'll just do it without beads on it right now. So now that these wires are real close and next to each other, I just did an overhand knot and using my pliers, pulled it real tight. And I did that a couple of times. Might even want 2 pliers. So you could pull that real tight. And then you can glue it there if you want to make sure it doesn't come apart. I snipped it and then I tried to kind of tuck it in between. But that was how I made this guy, which was just kind of adding a little extra bead and a little extra tackiness to my design. And so since the Conoflex, you can do that for Softflex too. You can not Softflex. But since the Conoflex is a bit more wiry, for lack of a better word, it seems to have taken the knot really well. Softflex might bounce back a little bit more on you, or you might want to use like a little 1 by 1 millimeter crimp tube and flatten it to connect it if you're using Softflex to do that. Well, I'm going to stop there and I'll continue on my own because this will take me quite a while still to finish. But that is my take on taking our ugly sweater, which was a really pretty, sparkly red bead, a red and silver bead strand, and giving it a little extra tackiness. All of the beads here were in the bead strand, and then I added in those 2 little delica beads, and I used, for the most part, the trios, mistletoe, garnet, fluorite, and white beading wire. And I also used some craft wire. You can do 20 gauge or 22 gauge for some of the connections. And then of course I used 2 by 2 millimeter crimp tubes and our magical crimping pliers to finish all of those little connections. Well, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Very tacky, very cute. Sabrina made an ugly sweater bracelet last week. Yes. Did you share it with us in the VIB studio group? Are you on Facebook? If you are, go ahead and share. We'd love to see what you made. Speaking of the VIB group, we are coming on the end of Joyful Beading. Today was make a gift for a friend is today's prompt. And then tomorrow's prompt is design using gemstone beads. This is happening in the Softflex VIB Studio Facebook group. We're going to choose some winners next week out of all of the entries. And I just want to say I have been loving your Friday shares, because on Friday we're asking a little more personal or things to be grateful for. And last Friday was share what you love about yourself. And I just had so much fun this weekend reading over your entries for that, because I just knew that was going to be a special one. And I was really looking forward to you all sharing what you absolutely love about yourself. It's not an easy thing to do, but it's such a beautiful practice to remind yourself now and then to just show yourself a little extra love. All right, so we've got 48 entries on the tacky giveaway. Let's see who our winner is. You must be here at the end to win. If I call your name, be sure to let me know that you are here. Yes, you can, Debbie. You can do past days for the challenge. We're not choosing winners till after the challenge is completely done. So any days you want to do, past or future, you can do it any time. Just make sure to add that joyful beading hashtag so we can count your entry. Okay, here we go. Is it gonna be today? Linda Hale over on YouTube. Please let us know you're still here, Linda. Just say I'm here in the comments. Hooray, hooray. And if you're not Linda, just hang out for a bit. We'll give her a few minutes to let us know she's here. And if she's not, we will choose another winner. So fun. So if you joined me a little bit later in the video, I'm just going to share that we still have our $15 off when you buy 2 kits. So you can buy one for yourself, one for a friend, or if you just want some extra creative kits available to you, now is a great time to pick up the remaining Badlands while they last and the Ugly Sweater Festive Christmas kit. You must enter the coupon code 2KITS in the checkout and you'll get to $15 off your order. So you just need to make sure you have 2 kits in your cart and go ahead with that coupon code. Have we seen Linda? We have not. Okay, let's give her just another minute. Linda, are you here? I'm going to watch my clock, and when it flips a minute, I will choose another winner if we don't hear from Linda. Oh, I'm not sure why, Sabrina. It does normally gather everyone's name who uses the hashtag tacky. We have about 48 people that have entered as of right now. And there we go. The time is up. We're going to go ahead and draw another winner. Let's see who it is. Liz Fife. Are you here, Liz? Now we have to see if Liz is here. Hooray, Liz, are you here? I think you just commented a moment ago. So I'm hoping you're stuck around. Sunny sees Liz. There she is. Hooray. Liz is here. Congratulations, Liz. You won our ugly sweater bead strand that I was working with today. Please go ahead and email us at info@softflexcompany.com. Let us know your shipping address and we will get that in the mail to you. Speaking of our Canadian friends, I wonder if you are in Canada and you win one of our giveaways. I don't know how that will work right now, but hopefully that will not be an issue for too long. Fingers crossed. Hooray, Liz. Thanks everyone for hanging out with me today and trying to get a bit tacky with our cute and pretty ugly sweater. I was like, was there another word in there? Ugly Christmas sweater bead strand. And be sure to grab the kit if you haven't already. Sarah will be revealing that on Wednesday. Join her for Kit Day at 3 p.m. Pacific time. Have a wonderful holiday this week. If you celebrate, we are going to be closed on Thursday and Friday in the office, and I will be back to see you all again on Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific time for a new episode of Free Spirit Beading. All right, love you all. Bye.